currently Mercury retrograde in the full moon, do not want me to share these downloads with you guys. Contact me for a personal reading. There is a way to contact me in previous videos. I'll add in the description link to this video after it's done streaming, but in the meantime, you can click on to any previous video before this to see how to get a personal reading with me. All right, so talking about Westworld. Westworld is a TV show that's a Western, and it's a Western where rich people can pay to go into this Western world and have this different fantasy experience. And they can kill people, and they can have sex with people, and they can do all these things, right? And they can experience them and feel them, and they don't have to reap the actual consequences. It's like they get to go into this game, and then they step out of the game, and then they live their real life. And then some of them get addicted to it, and they like stay in there, and there's all these different things. So something right now is happening kind of like Westworld in the world. Something right now is happening where people are wanting to escape their certain situation, particularly people with the resources who are able to escape, and they're going to start reaping the consequences of that action. And that's actually what starts happening in Westworld. There's certain situations where people actually have to reap the consequences. So that's coming through here. Also, true authority is gained through adversity. So the more adversity that is thrown your way and your direction, the more authority you're gaining. And this is also what pisses people off, because you've actually gained your authority because it's true, because you've earned it from being pushed through adversity. So you're being pushed through the birth portal. So a lot of people are going through that birth process, which is not a comfortable process at all. The right places and the right people will value you. If you're not valued, then you're simply in the wrong place. So, we can't always just automatically snap and then leave a situation being in the wrong place. But, that's just something to think of. And then the song came through, another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Good riddance. I hope you had the time of your life. So some of you guys may be saying goodbye to people. There might be actual deaths or losses around you. My condolences if you are experiencing that during this time. Otherwise, it might be divorces, breakups, breaking up, moving, leaving partnerships, leaving work situations, etc. I also heard the song Once in a Blue Moon, and my heart wonders if I'll ever see you again. So there's someone here who you saw from the past who didn't have a full-on connection with you, whether it was a business partnership or romantic or friendship. I really think it's business or romantic, but it's like somebody that you almost connected with, you almost went into a contract with, or you were for a very short period of time. And this person is wondering if they're ever going to see you again in person. So they're thinking about you. Little do they realize that they are manifesting seeing you again in the flesh. I also heard the song, You Want It, You Got It, You Want It, well baby, you got it. And then right after that, the Taylor Swift song, We Are Never, Ever, Ever Getting Back Together. So there's something here, like someone is chasing someone, but that person doesn't want them anymore. So that person's saying, we are never getting back together. And the other person is like, you want it, I got it. And it's like, I did want it, but I don't want it anymore. So for some of you, Spirit is saying to see if you can have forgiveness and compassion to rebuild with this person, because I'm seeing for some people that this partnership would actually be conducive. And I can say from working in the wedding industry for over 16 years that there are you can really get over anything if people actually grow. And it takes individual growth for people to actually grow. They can't have this codependent leech kind of situation. They have to do their own inner work. But when people actually do their own inner work, they really can entirely transform. So don't write someone off just because of who you knew them to be in the past. And, have compassion, because whenever you write people off because of who they were in the past, then you're only attracting people to write you off because who you were in the past. So you reap what you sow, and it's coming in even quicker right now. This live is called Own It, It's Yours, because that song from Russ was coming through. I'll go to those lyrics in a second, though. We have also, I've Got Soul, But I'm Not a Soldier by The Killers, and I'm a Lover, Not a Fighter, But I'll Fight for What I Love by Russ. So there's an energy here of you just want to be in peace. Like, you just want to be chill. You just want to be in harmony with people. You're like, I just want to be chill. We can do this the easy way. We can get along. And these people just keep trying you. And you're like, okay, like I said, we could do this the easy way. But because you don't want to do this the easy way, I'm going to have to, go a little, whatever, pick your poison is, whether it's, Lord of the Rings, or whether it's some anime thing, Dragon Ball Z, or Pokemon or whatever certain fighter have to go all something on your last kind of thing. Basically, you're gearing up to go to war, but it's like you're resting in the meantime. So you're in a state of like luxury, relaxation, wanting to rest, but you are ready for war at any moment, literally at any moment, as I see my Sacred Union card in the Chariot here. It's like you're ready for this harmony and this love. I'm hearing just the two of us. And I'm also hearing ebony and ivory. So there could be mixing of races here, not necessarily black and white. It could be black and white as well, but I'm just seeing a mixing of races. Like some of you, actually, it's not your karma to work with people in your own race. And anytime you work with people in your own race, things will go down, or get in relationships with people in your own race, they will betray you. And it's like you are meant to explore, you're meant to breed with, you're meant to connect with, in a partnership with somebody of a different race because of past lives. And with the Chariot here, you know, it's like they're going to you, you're going to them, but there is definitely an energy of travel, something at a distance, from a distance. I don't know what song that is, but from a distance. Also, there's Russ, I fuck with you from a distance. So Russ's song, I fuck with you from a distance, it's like, you know, we don't have anything anymore, but I still fuck with you from a distance. So there's someone's ex here that still fucks with you from a distance. Maybe you still fuck with someone from a distance. It's always good to rest those things so you don't have any animosity held on. But some of you guys could be relocating, upgrading. For some, it's a new opportunity. For some, it's an event. There could be a series of events, whether these are like sporting events or work events or family events. There's also interviews, striking while the iron is hot, and making sure that you're constantly moving your body to allow that energy to constantly move. As far as we have God's Plan by Drake also coming through, so bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and wish and wish on. Okay, so a lot of bad things. Some people are wishing bad on you. Little do they know that they're reaping their own karma for wishing bad on you. Deuteronomy 15:6 came through from the Bible. The quote from the Bible, Deuteronomy 15:6, is, "For the Lord your God will bless you, as he promised you, and you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow, and you shall rule over many nations, but they shall not rule over you." So you shall lend to many nations. So again, there's a mixing of blood, there's a mixing of culture, there's a mixing of races here, because Spirit is saying, people are realizing in the age of Aquarius that race actually has nothing to do with your skin color. You can be the same race, like I can be the same race as someone who's Mexican and someone who's black, but it's our starseed race. So we realize on a galactic scale that we actually are family more so than, you know, me with my own family, or them with their own family, or them with their own family. So we're coming into our family pods from a past life, like from before planet Earth, from before being in human form. And if you don't believe in that, that's fine. This is my channel, so I'm going to speak about what I believe in, and I'm going to speak from my space of what I know and how Spirit connects with me. So we also have Romans 12:19, which is, "Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay for you, says the Lord." So this is one of those things where if you believe in the Lord, then he will always get vengeance for you. You never have to wish vengeance on another. You can just continue about your day, making sure that you never put energy on those people, on those things, and just allow God to take care of it, because trust me, he will. We have the song "Mobile" by Avril Lavigne, which is really old. It's from the early 2000s, or maybe late 1990s. I think it's early 2000s. But in the song, the main chorus is, "Everything's changing everywhere I go, so out of my control, I'm mobile." So there's an energy here of like everything's changing and it's out of your control, and you just have to be okay with that. You have to accept that. Then the song from Hercules came through, "I will find my way, I can go the distance, I'll be there someday. If I can be strong, I'll know every mile will be worth my while." And then, I don't think it's right then, but "I'll go most anywhere to feel like I belong." So some of you feel like you've just been on this journey forever, trying to find where you belong, and you're just like, where do I belong? And then if you're about it, you live it. If you're about it, you live it. So the people who are actually about it live it. They don't talk it. So, or talk about other people. So if you go around and there's anyone in the environment that's like always talking about other people, and they're just like, oh, this person, this person, they're not living it. Simple, easy, simple stuff. They're not living it. All right, so I'm going to go back to the first page. So we have "Own it, it's yours." Own your gifts, child. God granted you them, so honor him by being the best of your gift through a pure heart, perseverance, patience, grace, courage, strength, tenacity. So those are the qualities that Spirit really wants us to focus on. during this full moon is having a pure heart, so the purification that can be purifying your body, going through a detox. I really like intermittent fasting, so I will typically fast for about 18 to 20 hours in a day, and then I have a 4 to 6 hour window where I eat food. So what I generally do is I eat a really big meal to break my fast, and then I eat another smaller meal about 3 hours later, and then I fast for the next 20 hours, and this personally works for me. I do take vitamins in the morning. I really like this one called Equilib, which is really good for anyone who has had any traumatic brain injury or any sort of neurological thing. I'll post actually Equilib in the description here because I've had incredible results with it, and I really feel like it would be incredibly supportive for a lot of people. It has methylfolate and just the right amount, or the right kind, the right source of all the vitamins. Like most vitamins that you take, you don't even actually absorb the vitamins because the form that they're in is not soluble. So I really like this form because it's good for that. All right, so in Own It, It's Yours, Drake says, next time I want to make love. Next time you talk, I don't want to talk, I want to trust. So there's an energy here of someone who, maybe you haven't even met this person, but they had that energy. If you have, then you're probably in that energy of like, man, like I knew this could be more, but they're just not mature enough for it. So someone might be holding back. Some of you guys are holding back because you know, like this person is still in the mindset of fucking. And sorry, I'm trying to like not cuss on here, but I'm gonna say it. And others are, you know, you're waiting, okay, when is this person going to be ready to make love? Because I want to make love. And that person is actually coming around. They're finally getting to that place of realizing and getting on your same wavelength. We have That's the Way It Is by Celine Dion. I can read your mind and I know your story, see what you're going through. It's an uphill climb and I'm feeling sorry, but I know it will come to you. Don't surrender because you can win. So Spirit is saying, you know, we're kind of in that 9 of Wands energy, which I know in a lot of readings collectively, 9 of Wands has been coming through very strongly. And the Tower, which, you know, have a few towers here to support. We have, you can have faith or you can have control, but you can't have both. You can't have faith and control. If you try to control something or yourself, passively, covertly, or blatantly, then you deny faith. And when you deny faith, then you insult God. And when you insult God, then he humbles you. So if a lot of you guys are wondering why are things going on in your life, it's probably because of control issues. You could say that you're being so good about this, you're being so good at that, but if you're being controlling in any way, shape, or form, if you're wondering where someone is, why they haven't messaged you back, why something is going a certain way, why, if you're wondering why, then Spirit is going to humble you. Sit your ass down, child. That's what he's going to say. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. We have, let others doubt you and outcast you because God will humble them while you rise and they get to watch. He will multiply your single breadcrumb of faith into 1,000,000 loaves. The best is when a person or a group tries to discredit you or your abilities, and God responds with an army of endorsements for you. Actually, I do think I did read this one the other day, but it's okay. We have the song Wise Men by James Blunt coming through, which is another song from the early 2000s. And they're really sorry now for what they've done. Look who's alone now. It's not me. It's not me. You got to ask yourself the question, where are you now? So there's people here that are really sorry for what they've done. And there could be 3 people here that are sorry for what they've done. And they're wondering what's going on with you. It goes down in the DM came through as well. So some of these people could actually be coming back. I don't think that they're apologizing. It's like they want to apologize, but they feel like just by being nice to you is an apology, which goes to show you just how entitled they are. If they think that, okay, well, I'm just going to talk and be cordial. If they think that that is the apology, then, you know, really reconsider this person's presence in your life. We have, don't you hate it when you, from this song down in the DM, don't you hate it when you get screenshots? So for some of you guys, people are definitely screenshotting things of yours. So just be careful or mindful, or just be like Paris or whoever else and just, you know, own it. It's yours. So for some of you guys, it's like they are showing screenshots and just be like, yeah, own it. Those are my tits. Own it. That is my ass. Own it. Just be like, yep, it's mine. And if you're talking about it, but I'm the one living it, then I'm the one that's about it, and you're not about it. So, you know, Spirit's kind of showing who's about it and who's not about it, because some people talk and some people actually do shit. We have a Single for the Night coming through by Lil Wayne. So some people are acting single to try and hook up with another. Some people are like refusing to really give the boyfriend-girlfriend label on something when someone is really trying to press for that, and they're just like slow playing because they have other people that they want to engage with. We both say we single and we both lion. So for some of you guys, you're both messing with people, or you're both supposed to be with other people, but like those other people ain't acting right. So you're like, well, while our main people aren't acting right, let's connect. Which I don't necessarily condone that, but I just have to read the energy of what was coming through and I was channeling. Yeah, celibacy is very powerful. I would highly recommend it during this time, frankly, especially through Mercury retrograde and through the full moon energy. I mean, I just think it's powerful, even if you're in a relationship, to have periods of celibacy for your own energy, for your own regeneration, and to really completely reclaim your land, so to speak. I can speak for that. My life is so much more clear. My work is so much more clear when I'm in a celibate state. And that doesn't mean you can't play with yourself. So, it's just saying nobody else's energy or fluids are going to be combined with your own. And, I really feel for relationships, you can actually really upgrade your relationship deeply if you plan for periods of celibacy in your relationship. Power comes with responsibility. And yeah, sex is power. Sex is from the solar plexus, which is our creative center, our creation center. And so a lot of people, when you're constantly having sex or you're just hooking up with people and you're not having intentional sex, then you are diluting your seed and you're also polluting your seed. And or women, your egg, you're diluting your egg, you're polluting your egg, and you are mixing it with other energies, and then you are mixing with the karma of not just that person, but all of the people that person has connected with in the last few years. So you could be like, oh, this person's great, but do you know they're crazy ex? You're sleeping with them, and so you're going to get codes and karma from that person, and then that's more energy to transmute, which is basically like someone who is trying to lose weight, and then every time they lose weight, someone else is like, here, have this heavy backpack, and you're like, okay, I'll carry that for you, and then they just keep getting weighed down. Sex is like that, you guys, so be really cautious with your sexual energy, especially during these times. So power comes with responsibility. The more power you gain, the more spiritual and material responsibility that God will grant you to serve, to care for his kingdom. So whenever you have more power, it comes with more responsibility. So you can only have the amount of power that you are willing to take responsibility for in God's kingdom. And God will watch this, and God's the one who will grant this to you. So if God sees that you are abusing your power, then he will take things away from you because you're not responsible enough to take care of them or to serve them to his standards. And if you hoard your power and you don't serve with it and you keep your power to yourself, you keep your things to yourself, you have greed, you will be spiritually bankrupt and miserable until you come back into balance and alignment. We have also the song, I gotta get through this, I gotta get through this, I gotta make it, gotta make it, gotta make it through. I said I'm gonna get through this. Just give me a second and I'll be all right. Sure, one more moment couldn't break my heart. So Daniel Bedingfield could be dealing with someone with a D or a B. So that just kind of goes through the Nine of Wands energy of the wounded warrior being like, I gotta get through this. I never want someone to understand me, because to understand someone is to judge them or to classify them, because the word understand is actually to view or interpret in a particular way. So by definition, to understand something is to put something in a box. It's to confine it. It's to interpret it in a specific, particular way. So how about we stop trying to understand anyone? We stop trying to understand anything, and instead, because there's virtually no difference in misunderstanding and understanding someone, because both in misunderstanding and understanding someone, you're confining something, you're putting it in a box. So how about we just wipe out misunderstanding and understanding, and instead we adopt acceptance and appreciation. We accept, wow, that person's really unique. Wow, that's a strange way of thinking. Wow, that's interesting. Have curiosity towards it, and that will open your energy. Westworld vibes, again, we're being played. It's a slippery slope between being played and being the player. So this kind of has to deal with when you have attachment to your identity. So when I'm attached to my ego, Valerie, and when I step out and I am this more galactic, out of Valerie, out of body experience of like experiencing and witnessing what Valerie's choices are doing versus living inside of those experiences, and being able to compartmentalize between the two is really that spiritual balance. So being able to accept and acknowledge a healthy amount of your ego as the attachment of the person you are in this lifetime, but also having a healthy detachment, unattachment from your ego, where you can be completely detached from who you are and your identity and step out of the world and observe the energetic imprint that you're putting on the world and say, okay, what changes do I need to make for the greater collective? What changes does that energy, does Valerie need to make for the greater collective? We have, I hope you have the time of your life, another turning point of force stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. So understanding that life is a test in theory. So anytime people are trying to find the end of something, there's never really the end, right? It's just a continuation. It's just the same test on a different layer, a different level, which is why curiosity and spirit of a child and playfulness is so key. Fire heats, purifies, and it disinfects, it disintegrates, it transforms. So fire is very powerful to work with during this time. Remembering that fire will not burn you, it will only burn what you are not. Also, yes, you can burn a witch at a stake, but you can't burn a dragon because dragons breathe fire, bitch. That's what the spirit is saying through. So it's like some people are like trying to call you a witch, and you're like, actually, I'm not a witch. I'm like, Archangel Metatron is like laughing back here at the dragon. He's like, really? Nah. He's like, witches are burned at the stake. He's like, dragons breathe fire. Like dragons breathe fire. You can't burn a dragon. You can't burn a dragon. It's like, that's like death. You can't kill death. Like, you're like, what's the scariest thing in the world? Death. And the death card just laughs. It's that kind of energy. And the death card is Scorpio. So a lot of you guys could have Scorpio placements here. Shout out to my fellow Scorpio energies. We have, they want what you have, but if they tried to work the hours that you do, or as hard as you do, then they would break on day one. Aside from the physical, mental, and emotional work that it takes, they couldn't handle the pressure and the responsibility. They can't show up for life like you, which is why God has granted you the authority because you face the adversity, and which is why God is granting you the responsibility, the ability to respond because you're someone who takes action. You're able to detach from your ego and take action. When the Spirit gives you the call, you heed the call. You don't balk and step back and tremor at that. You face the fear, you have the courage to do it anyway. The song from Eminem came through, you better lose yourself in the music, the moment you own it, you better never let it. So if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? So there's an energy here of getting one shot, and so many people think that they don't only get one shot. And, you know, in so many situations in life we do. And also in so many situations in life we get multiple chances. But I am seeing right now, for everyone in this collective energy, there is one shot, one opportunity, and you're going to have to seize it. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So for some of you guys, you know, there is an opportunity of a lifetime. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime for that one special kiss. But, you know, it doesn't have to be a kiss. It can be, you know, the kiss of the dotted line, the kiss of sealing the envelope, sealing the deal. Success is my only motherfucking option. Failure is not. So that's also from the Eminem song. And then we have the song I'm Not Afraid from Eminem. I'm not afraid to take a stand, because ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from causing mayhem. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing this for me, so fuck the world, feed it beans. It's gassed up if it thinks it's stopping me. So, you know, there's a thing of making jest and finding the humor in the adversity, because when you find the humor in the adversity, you connect to your inner child. And when you connect to the inner child, you're connecting to purity. And when you're connecting to purity, God always has your back. Always has your back. When you try and act from the space of entitlement, from ego, from peacock feathers or rooster, cuckoo, look at me, then, you know, you get humbled real quick. Sit down, bitch. Be humble. But when you come from this energy of humor, which is what I really love about Eminem, it's like he has this fierce ferocity to him. He's ferocious, but he's also real funny, like real funny. And so he's like, you know, fuck the world, feed it beans, it's gassed up. If it thinks it's stopping me, I'm gonna be what I set out to be, without a doubt, undoubtedly. And all those who look down on me, I'm tearing down your balcony. I also heard You Make It Look Like It's Magic. And then the song Earned It from The Weeknd, because I see nobody but you, because you really earned it. So some people are looking at you and they do realize that you earned it. Ooh, as my cards move, some people are looking at you like a whole snack there, and they're wondering what's under your clothes, or they maybe have seen what's under your clothes. And again, back to like Paris Hilton, sex tapes, all that, you know, if you got it, own it. If you got it, flaunt it. Boy, I know you want it. While you check up on me. Okay, so check up on it. Ooh, boy, looking like you like what you see. Won't you come over and check up on it? I'm gonna make you work up on it. Tip it, pop it, took it. So dancing is important here. That I didn't even write that one down. That one's just coming through. Then the song from Good Charlotte, which this one is, I think, from the late 90s. It might be early 2000s as well. So shout out to all my people in their 30s who would remember Good Charlotte. But the song, the lyrics are, if you want me to wait, I would wait for you. If you tell me to stay, I would stay right through. If you don't want to say anything at all, I'm happy wondering. So there's someone here who is just being like really passive. It's like they'll wait for you. They'll stay for you. They'll also just like, you know, wonder about you. They're happy to fantasize about you, but this person's like not doing anything. And so like if you're waiting for anyone, don't wait, because you don't wait, you attract. And so there's an energy here of like, you know, there are energies like this around you, and you're just going to have to accept that and keep moving along here. Ever since I met you, I never could forget you. I only want you right here next to me, because everybody needs somebody that they can trust, and you're somebody I found just in time. So a lot of you guys are going to find this person just in time. It could be Justin. It could start with a T or a J. J or T could be initials here. Also E, also H. And my heart wonders if I'll ever see you again. So that goes back to the Blue Moon song. So for some people, it's like your person, they've seen you, they haven't really connected with you. Maybe their friend group or people have talked about you or they know about you, but they haven't really experienced you. And they really want to experience you. And it's getting deeper and stronger. Their yearning is stronger. If the wind closes a door, it will open another. So Spirit always wants you to know that if you feel like you lost out on your flame, then there's always somebody new that that universe will bring in for you. Okay, I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. You want it, you got it. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'll fight for what I love. It's funny that the whole world operates in pyramid schemes, but people will still blame Herbalife. I don't know where that came through. I was just channeling, and it was like, it's funny, people will shit on pyramid schemes, but the whole world operates on pyramid schemes. So there's something here where it's like, people, you do something, and you stop doing it, or you dilute it and you water it down because other people are like shitting on it, right? But they're doing the same thing. They're just doing it covertly or in another way. Or it's okay because they're doing it. Or it's okay because this and that. For example, it's like OnlyFans. It's like people will talk mad shit on people with an OnlyFans. Oh my gosh, da 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 da. However, people with an OnlyFans are making solid, clean money because it's taxed, clean taxed money on their nudes, on their sexual energy, whereas other people have Snapchats and are sending that shit for free. So the bitches who are out here sending that shit for free, who are out here sending nudes and dick pics for free, are talking about the people who are making clean, taxed money on OnlyFans. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So that's the whole thing. People will shit on pyramid schemes, but the whole world is built on pyramid schemes. So I know that's not a pyramid scheme, but I'm just saying it's a similar energy here. Also, the song "The Man in the Mirror" by Michael Jackson. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. So for a lot of you guys, mirror affirmations would be so powerful for you. I really like on my phone, I set alarms with different affirmations and I change them weekly or different Bible verses, and then I read them through to myself multiple times. Sometimes they just come to me when I'll be like riding a horse and I'll just like I'll just think of one, I'll just like read it to myself or just speak it to myself, not read it. I'm like reading it in my mind. That's because I have a very visual, I see things. So it goes from there. We have, so Maria Mena, she is such an undervalued singer from, again, early 2000s, I believe. But Maria Mena, the song is Stronger or Just a Little Bit. She says just a little bit stronger. If I was just a little bit stronger, just a little bit wiser, just a little less needy, maybe I'd get there. And Spirit is saying you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. So you need to take like 48 hours or 72 hours, shut off your work. If you're self-employed, like do not let yourself work for the next 3 days. If you work for somebody, see if you can delegate your tasks and lessen your work days. So maybe you just work a couple hours in the morning and somebody else covers your tasks for you. See if you can even delegate your tasks one day to completely have the day off. This is incredibly important right now, especially in Mercury retrograde, especially with the full moon energy. We also have, could you look me in the eye and tell me that you're happy now, which is Michelle Branch. So for some of you guys, you're seeing people and you're like, can you tell me that you're happy now? Because I know you're not. Because there's someone here that's like faking happiness. They're trying to act like they're in this happy relationship, but they're just in the relationship because of status, because of money, because of politics. Like, the relationship is not based on love. It's not based on love. And you can see right through that shit. Confidence, courage, conviction, and clarity. Confidence, courage, conviction, and clarity. Confidence, so confidence. Got that confidence. Justin Bieber song. Oh no, she's confident. Confident. Then casting crows. Let's talk casting spells. So I used to have like a weird I hate when people say spells, because I'm like, I'm not into witchy shit. Not into witchy shit. Screw casting spells. And also, I'm not saying anything negative on people who practice witchcraft or anything. I'm just speaking from my actions, my beliefs, what I do. However, every human casts spells. If you speak words, if you write words, you're casting spells. Why? Because spelling is the arrangement of letters to form words, the arrangement of symbols to form words that have meaning, that are generalized, and then we combine these words to make sentences, and then those sentences mean things. They're all symbols, right? So it doesn't matter what you think or believe, it matters what you're feeling whenever you're saying something. So you can be like, oh, I'm happy, this, that, and the other. You're working on your affirmations, but internally you're feeling like dog poo. So what do you manifest? Stepping in dog poo when you go outside. And then you're like, of course this happens to me. It's like, because it matters what you're feeling. So the hardest thing here in changing your actual perceived reality and your lived experiences is changing your genuine feelings, which is why I say a lot of you guys need to sign off, get off. A lot of you guys need to get off, so go masturbate. Do some masturbation magic over here for this full moon. But yeah, spells. So spelling, the way we organize letters to create symbols with meaning to communicate, circumstances, experiences to acknowledge the existence of. Meaning, you're unconsciously or consciously casting spells every single time you write words or every time you say words, based off of your feelings and your instincts. So when you feel fear towards someone or something or an energy, and you haven't personally experienced it, you're sabotaging yourself from the healing and from the connection and from the upgrade out of that cycle by perpetuating an energy of fear that is unwarranted. This is the self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is also why worthiness is key to stop blocking correct relationships. I'll repeat it again. So, symbols, spelling, spells, words, the way we organize letters to create symbols with meaning, to communicate, to create sentences. Our circumstances, our experiences, to acknowledge the existence of something. Meaning that everything we spell, whether we're thinking it in our mind by spelling it out because we're creating words to it. So whenever you look at someone, you're like, that blah, blah, blah. I bet this, that, and the other. I bet she had that. I bet, she's had everything handed to her. You saying that is a spell, but it's a self-fulfilling, it's a self-sabotage spell, because when you feel fear for something or someone or an energy that you haven't personally experienced, you sabotage yourself from the healing of that energy, and you sabotage yourself from the upgrade out of that cycle, out of that energy to the next level, to compassion, to forgiveness, to acceptance, to, being happy for somebody else, celebratory for somebody else's win, by perpetuating an energy of fear that is unwarranted. And this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is why worthiness is key to stop blocking the correct relationships and environments meant for your own destiny. And the most simple form, if all of this is still too wacko for any of you, what you water grows. So what you ignore, what you don't give your energy to, you're killing, which then I'm hearing, killing me softly, with his love, killing me. So some of you guys are killing people softly by just ignoring them, and that's good. That's exactly what Spirit wanted you to do. We have, be very careful what you water, and be very careful what people trick you into watering. So you can be like, I'm not going to water that. I'm not going to water that. But someone can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that da-da-da-da-da. Oh my gosh, you must feel horrible. So that's when, you have to really, really check people. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And so, those people just give them a nice evil eye hand, walk off. Show me. So a lot of you guys, who are you? You can do who are you meditations and how your stomach feels, being transparent. So transparency is important right now. Breaking the ice and stiff energy comes through creativity and curiosity. Baby, come back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chilies, baby back ribs. Some of you guys may be having chilies. Some of you guys may be eating some ribs during the holidays, or you may want some ribs, or you may be looking at someone like a whole snack and like you just want to sink your teeth into their ribs, or someone might be looking at you like they want to sink their teeth into your ribs and they really like your ribs. Something about the ribs, but also Eve being born from Adam's rib. So there's an energy here, again, of healing in the collective with relationships. Like the masculine is supposed to come through here with the offer. He is supposed to bring this, but a lot of the men are not doing the work. They're not doing the work, they're just hoarding and being selfish and keeping their shit to themselves, being this page-ass energy, and not really stepping up into this King, Eight of Pentacles, because they're in this loop cycle. But, you know, Spirit says that you just got to, you gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. And then we have the song God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts, which is so emotional. Whenever I heard that song coming through, I was like really getting emotional through it. But the lyrics are, I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow, kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. Every long-lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true. God bless the broken road that sent me straight to you. So for a lot of you guys, you could be finding true love, you know, in your later years. And I have to say, from working in weddings, some of my favorite weddings were people in their 50s and 60s. So if you're in your 50s or 60s, or you know someone in their 50s or 60s that has never experienced true love, or they did when they were younger, but they haven't experienced it for like a couple decades, God wants you to have that love this year. Like in this year, 222, Spirit wants you to have that love, and it is here for you, but you have to go get it. The Iron Giantess, I say this with love because I already said that in the other one. But basically, it was just the Iron Giantess. It was a TikTok that was viral, and she says, and I say this with love because I've realized some truths. I'm not intimidating. You are intimidated. There's a difference. I don't take up too much space. You're just used to people playing small. My inner light is not too bright. You're just used to dimming your own. I'm not mean or aggressive. I'm honest and assertive, and that makes you uncomfortable. I do not make you uncomfortable. My presence challenges your comfort. All of that is yours. Own it. It's yours. I will not be. Thank you guys, and I'm going to end this here, and I will come back to finish the rest probably tomorrow or the next